Now on to somebody who's not really a late night talk show guy, but he's just as influential, if not more. Hell, he even got a shout out from Mr. Fauci himself. And that is none other than the Joe Rogan. Not gonna be honest, Joe. I put down your podcast for a little bit, man. I was hearing all this anti-coronavirus, anti-this. And I'm thinking, well, this man is obviously going through his own personal struggle. You know, he sees what's going on in the world and it's bothering him. But there's a few things I think you need to consider right now, too. For one, if you are saying that you do not have influence over what people are saying and thinking, you got a shout out from Anthony Fauci. That's White House staff. If that's not showing you that, Joe, you got some pull. People are listening to what you say. I don't know what else would. You got a shout out from the fucking White House, bro. Okay? That means people are listening to you. And you know what that means? Whether you see it or not, people listening to you are listening to you like they're reading the fucking Bible. Okay? That's how people are wired. They get all their learning material from the shit they watch and the shit they see and emulate and the shit that resonates. It's the stuff they hear and they see that their friends are doing. The stuff they watch on TV, some fucking cartoons, bro. Their favorite comedian or favorite serial killer. So yes, people are listening to you, man. And if you don't want to accept that responsibility, that's completely fine. Like nothing's happening, no one's listening to you, that's fine. But people listen to Trump, okay? He became president. You should have to know that people are listening to you. So your words hold weight. And if you are having these struggles on air, you got to understand certain things you say, well, they're going to resonate with people. People who are just going to flat out listen to you and be like, well, maybe I shouldn't be taking this. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Joe Rogan said it. That being said, I backed off because I heard a little bit too much of that. It seemed to me you were bringing these people on who just wanted to tout I'mRight.com. But I realized that now you were having your own struggle, just like all of us. I say you had some legitimate points. Accountability for these governors and all this. They're still being paid while people are suffering. Being hypocrites. What is that, Newsom? Going to a restaurant, not wearing a mask, that type of thing, while telling everyone they need to wear a mask and all that stuff. All of that's true. But you also have to understand, I hate to keep going back to him, but who was president at the time? This was a national issue. This was an international issue. And right from the get-go, it was handled poorly from the top down. So if the top is all frazzled and fucked, what do you think the people at the bottom are going to be doing? It wasn't supposed to be the governor doing shit. The governor's supposed to handle stuff at state level. National level crises, they need to be handled by the national level people. And from the beginning, we were getting mixed messages from those people. There was no unified voice to tell us exactly what we should be doing. So people, one way we're believing one thing and doing one thing, and another way we're believing the other thing. So you had half the people wearing masks and half the people not. That was the chaos. It shouldn't even been put on these people. Their responsibility was to make sure the things that were being handed down from the top were being put into practice, but there was nothing clear being handed down from the top. So this back and forth bullshit that we were going through, that's why we're here. That's why you're so frustrated. And that's why it took so long for anything to happen. The pandemic was not just the coronavirus. The pandemic was the White House staff as well. And all of the misinformation that was being handed down from them. They were just as much of a sickness as anything that killed any of these people. The hundreds and the millions of people that died. So I understand where you're coming from. We don't have to, but it would be better for us. It would behoove us to look at the bigger picture ourselves. All right. And realize that even people up there who were looking at the bigger picture, as you say, no one was, it doesn't necessarily mean they can do anything about it. All right. Because you have Ted Cruz in office. You know, you have Marjorie Taylor Greene up there just starting shit. Those are the real problems that we're facing. All right. And Newsom is a byproduct of that. Okay. So now that we got off of that bullshit, what was the next thing I wanted to talk about? Mr. and Mrs. Obama.